Well, let's start with the news. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission has just concluded hearings on your application for the first nuclear plant license in this country in 30 years. Is this the most important project at the company right now?
Sure. I think that's pretty clear. In fact, Jeff, I put forth 5 priorities once I was named chairman of Southern. And one of them is associated with being successful at Plant Vogtle. So that's Plant Vogtle 3 and 4. There's already an existing unit there. But along with that, we're also building a brand new form of generation to keep coal alive in this United States. So the second priority deals with being successful at Plant Vogtle and also at Kemper County Plant Ratcliffe.
Well, I want to ask you about both of them. First on Vogtle, your company and really the whole nuclear industry have a lot riding on that. What makes you confident that you will avoid the cost overruns and delays that plagued the previous generation back in the 70s and 80s?
Right. There's actually a number of factors. Let me start out with why Southern. I think there's really 3 characteristics that Southern has that has put it in, I think, the paramount kind of position to move forward on this renaissance of nuclear. The first characteristic is that we have scale. By market capitalization, we're the largest electric utility in the United States. You think about this, Vogtle 3 and 4 is going to cost about $14 billion and will take about 10 years to build. So you don't want to bet your company going forward. Now, we own about 45.7% of Plant Vogtle, so it's about $6.4 billion to our account. But we're big enough to withstand that kind of financial pressure. The second one is, because it takes 10 years, and we know that invariably over time there are ebbs and flows in the nation's economy, you've got to have the financial wherewithal to sustain during both good markets and bad. We have the highest level of financial integrity, and therefore we think we have the characteristic to be able to ride during good markets and the ones that aren't so good. And the third one is credibility. We already run an excellent nuclear program. This is not a business for beginners. So for those 3 reasons, we think Southern is in that lead position. The other one is it's a different time in America. And I know this national energy policy issue is something we could spend hours on. But we are committed to the notion that we need what we say is all the arrows in the quiver. We need new nuclear. We need coal. We need natural gas. We need renewables. We need energy efficiency. And so, therefore, in order to pursue new nuclear, we're going to need to engage in a way that probably unlike anybody else is in the United States. And I think we can do that. We have a constructive regulatory environment in our states historically. There's good reasons why we do. But so we have legislative mechanisms in place and regulatory support and, frankly, broad public support, all of which gives us a stable environment in which to commit to a project of this scale. I would also add, the United States understands that moving forward with nuclear is a big deal and is, in fact, a national imperative. And so, therefore, we've seen great support out of the Obama administration and Congress. And, frankly, even as tough as the regulatory process is with the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, it's been exceedingly thoughtful and thorough. We're moving through it in a constructive way. So I would say there's really 2 answers to the question. 1, Southern Company is uniquely positioned because of our scale, our financial integrity, and our credibility of operations. But the other is the environment is right for us to move forward.